What's going on YouTube? I'm that Rose personality, your favorite personality. It's time. It's time to do Astro Boy, the 1963 version. I think that's what it is, right? 1963. Anyways, uh, yeah. So I posted on Twitter, um, what y'all wanted me to react to. I went to go look on Twitter, because I mentioned there's like an okay library of anime that's on YouTube right now that I could react to. And I chose Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Fork is Dub, or or Astro Boy, and y'all picked Astro Boy to be the number one, which is what I'm gonna prioritize editing through. It's 26 minutes. By the time I cut this down, because here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna post the full reaction. I'm just gonna cut into bits that I find humorous or find the more interesting. Uh, yeah, the most interesting. Because I feel like if I uploaded a 20 minute, like a 20 plus minute video, like I did that with Logic Track. I don't know how it's done yet, so time will tell. But if I did a 20-minute video, I feel like it wouldn't do well. So, and plus editing it down will help the copyright bot get confused. So, anyways, let's get in it and try not to cringe because I know it's early English dub. Early English dub. That's all we need to know. God.
There you go, Astro Boy, on your flight into space.
What?
Rushing on through
What?
the sky, for adventures soon you will make. Astro Boy bombs away on your mission today. Here's the countdown and the blast of everything is go, Astro Boy. Astro Boy, as you fly, strange new worlds you will find. Atom cell, jet propelled, fighting monsters high in the sky. Astro Boy, there you go. Will you fight
Oh
friends
my
or
god.
foe?
Yo, wait. Astro Boy done knocked out the KKK? Oh, One Punch Man. Who the hell is that? Fuck One Punch Man. Fuck One Punch Man. Fuck Dragon Ball. Hell, Astro Boy and Gigantor are the goats of anime heroes. Fact. Because Astro Boy knocked out the KKK and Gigantor took out freaking Nazis. I think, right? I have not seen Gigantor in a hot minute. I know he took out Nazis and like terrorizing like terrorist Russians and stuff. So yeah, goats, goats. It's fact.
Astro Boynton. One day he was racing his aero car at super.
What in the year 2000 there was no Astro Boy. There was a real boy named Astro Boyton. What? His real name is Toby. His real name is Toby. Where did they get Astro Boyton from? I didn't hear that wrong, did I?
Supersonic speed named Astro Boynton. There was no Astro Boy. There was a real boy named Astro Boynton.
Astor Boyton. Okay, and I just see it on the article right here. That's a dumb name. Astor Boyton. Just call him Toby. Toby Boyton. How hard is that to do? Toby Boyton. Both are anagrams of boy. Boyton. Toby. I don't. This is already giving me a headache.
Oh, my son!
See, this was like kind of a big deal back then too. Like how often were shows showing kids dying? Cartoons. Cartoons or animation. How many of them showed kids dying? You know? I mean, yeah, we already got spoiled. Astro Boy is Astro Boy. It's this guy. But I have questions. One, who would let their kid drive that aren't old enough to get a license? Like, in two, to add on to that, how's the dad not arrested for that? The dad put his kid in danger for allowing him to drive.
He'll live forever. Ah! Forever! From now on, fellow scientists, every test tube and every machine we have is going to be devoted to one purpose, the construction of a super robot. That clear? The robot will look just like my son, Astro. He'll operate on a...
Yeah, those guys, their face right now is me. What?
The months flew by.
There's like 500 different OSHA violations right here alone.
Noticed that Astro Boy had failed to grow like all the other children. He just remained the same size.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, I know this is a cartoon. I know this is an anime. But even for 1963 standards, how do you make a doctor who doesn't realize that robots are not tangible, that robots do not grow? They can learn a bunch of stuff, but they can't go taller. They can't age. They can expire, but they can't freaking age. Why? How do you make somebody this dumb? I don't even have my GED and I knew this stuff. What? How do you make someone this stupid? 1963 standards.
And Dr. Boynton began to wonder if somehow he hadn't made a mistake. I tell you, son, that I am unable to understand how, after years of developing into a mental giant, you have failed to grow as much as a single solitary inch. I've been a good father to you, haven't I? Well then, why can't you be a good son to me and grow up to be a normal human child like all the other children around here your same age?
Seriously, can't be serious. It's not like your TV got taller. What the? That makes no sense. That makes no freaking sense at all. How? How is it supposed to get taller?
Oh, the shame of it, the terrible shame! Please, my boy, for my sake, try to grow a little, won't you? See if you can grow just a few inches. Yikes! No, it is not like that! No, I'm sorry, you were created!
Oh, Father. How can you say that? You've always told me that you love me as though I were your very own flesh and blood.
Flesh and blood? Why, that's a joke, son. A hideous joke!
Father, don't say that. After all, I'm your son. I'm your very own Astro Boy.
Astro, I've just sold you. From now on, you belong to him.
Huh? Oh, no, Father, you can't.
Too late, the deal's been made. You're to pack your things at once and get ready to leave.
You stole me. You stole me. I can't believe it.
What's not to believe? After all, you're not a human child. You're nothing but a machine, like a refrigerator or a dishwasher. Remember, you're a robot. Somehow you created...
You're nice, huh? Sure.
Why? Why? What would... You had a freaking mental breakdown. Had your people risk death just to build you, just to rebuild you a son. Just to go ahead and sell him. Because he didn't grow. Because you didn't think about that. You didn't think about the fact that machines don't grow. They get older, yes, but they don't grow. They don't change unless you leave them out in the sun. Retrobriding and all that. But how? How could you, a scientist, how could you even have the knowledge, the ability to understand basic science and not realize that part of basic science is knowing how things grow and if things can grow? That I'm actually getting stressed out and irritated by this. I am overanalyzing this. That looks so wrong.
Go ahead. Hit dog as hard as you can. Go ahead.
I can't.
Do it, nitwit.
I can't. I haven't the heart.
Okay. So you got him in a circus to fight another robot. Knowing full and well, you were there. You were literally there when the contract exchanged hands and everything, and how distraught that Astro Boy was. Didn't think to, I don't know, ask about a remote to override the emotional aspect to where he's just a cold-blooded robot. Didn't think about that? No, of course not. Of course not. Why would anyone in this freaking show have logical sense? Oh my god.
Hey, kid. What you try to do today? Spoil the show, huh? Make me look like a monkey, huh? Why you not say fight to the finish and you don't finish?
I couldn't bring myself to do it. I don't want to harm anybody, not even Zog.
Oh. A smart robot, huh? What do you think you're gonna do next time I put you two out in the middle ring together? Huh?
Same thing, I suppose.
You do it now. Oh! My hand! Oh.
What on earth's the matter? Mechanically stuck? No, just out of power. I'm being sold to a scrap dealer. It's true. Cacciatore's going to sell me. Oh, no, he can't be that cruel. No, I ran out of juice more than 2 weeks ago. Since then, I haven't been plugged in once. Not once. But why would he want to sell you? What have you done?
He doesn't bleed the crowd any longer. That's why. Round here, if you lose your popularity, you're a goner. Look at me. One time I was captain of the Tin Brigade.
If Cacciatore would feed me, I'd be all right. But it's too late for that now. Wait, I have an idea. We can share my power. 12 volts. That's enough for us all. I'll just connect my power cord to your socket and... Oh, where is it? On my hip. But I feel a trifle silly. Oh, I'm ticklish. It works! It works! It works! I can move again! Yay!
Can I have a shot too?
Have you enough for me? Sure.
Gentlemen, Sparko, the robot cannonball, will attempt to leap through an electric arc of more than 1 million volts. Absolute silence, please.
Well, it's good that my man got his priorities straight. But let me talk about one thing real quick. This went from essentially slave trading, robotic slave trading, to a glorified robotic concentration camp, which is a circus, to Oh, to a madman who wants to run a circus, burning down his place and trying to kill a bunch of people with it for the sake of making a buck. Let's acknowledge this. 1 million volts. Well, one, you shouldn't have that much power. I don't even think it's even humanly possible to harness such power in a non-government regulated environment. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know how voltage works, but and he killed a robot on top of that because he blew up and caused that fire. This guy should be fired, sued. He should be in jail. Like everything bad that could happen to this guy, with the exception of diddling and murder to happen to him, should happen to him.
Fellow Rovers, here's our chance to help and prove we're not ready for the scrap pile. Come on!
Let's go!
Senor!
Oh, he's got supersonic hearing. Nice.
Help me, get me out of here. I'm trapped and I can't get out. Help me out of here, Astro Boy. I've always been good to you. Help me, please. It's just like I told you before. I'm Astro Boy's master. It's natural to help me.
What an ungrateful person you are. Why, Astro Boy saved your very life.
All right. What am I supposed to say? Thank you to a robot? He owes me a lot after all I did for him. I took him into my circus, made him a star, built him up in front of the whole public, and now he's about time the kid did something to repay my kindness.
Not beneath the dignity of being called a human being.
Now, if you want to take Astro Boy from me, go get a lawyer, drag me into court, sue me, go ahead. I have to win because I have the right legal papers, Elephant Puss.
Listen, Cacciatore, a lot of things have been happening while you were in the hospital. If you don't believe me, listen to this news flash.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, 100,000 robots assembled in the great plaza below have just heard the joyous news that they are free. The Robot Bill of Rights, signed this morning, now prohibits the purchase.
It's a trick by the Institute of Science.
No, not tricked by the Institute of Science. This is a decision that was reached by all mankind.
I'm not giving Astro Boy back. I bought him for a lot of money.
If you don't release the boy, you'll be guilty of a crime not against me, but against humanity. You see, he belongs to all mankind.
You know, he.
Coming, Astro Boy?
Let's just cry. So I want to give my full reaction to this because I feel like I need to say something. I'm a bit of a connoisseur of old school anime. I like the 70s stuff. I like the 80s stuff, and I like the 90s stuff. So I'm well versed. I've seen the OG Lupin. I've seen some of the Saint Seiya franchise, Fist of the North Star. So it's not like I'm particular to any one era of anime. But what the hell was that? Can I just ask this one question? What the hell was all of this whole trading and selling stuff? This was slavery. This first episode was talking about the origins of slavery. How I know this was before like the whole freedom, like people being living free. Like this was like 6 years before MLK. What the fuck was that? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. I'm having like a breakdown from this. Like how does something like this happen? Like I know the American dub is going to be different Um, but the premise was the same because it this came out this was aired in Japan first. So what the fuck? What was that? I mean, as far as episodes are concerned, as far as pilot episodes are concerned, um, again, I'm gonna compare this to honestly the only other anime that I know of that came out in the '60s was Speed Racer. Yeah, that's the only other anime I know that came out in the '60s. Because the earliest anime I know of for sure was Lupin the Third, and that came out in the '70s. That I've seen, mind you. There's probably a ton of anime that came out in between '63 and '70, but like I'm basing off of comparison, and I gotta say I enjoyed I oh Gigantor. I can't forget Gigantor. I gotta say I enjoyed Speed Racer a lot more than I enjoyed this because at least Speed Racer had somewhat of a plot that made sense. It didn't feel all over the place. It didn't feel like they were trying to cram too much into one episode like this did. This had a hard time trying to convey what message it was trying to portray, and it was it supposed to be Astro Boy's. It says the birth of Astro Boy on the title, so was it Astro Boy's like origin story, like how he came up, how he did this, how he did that? What like okay, cool. I feel like this could have been a multi episode. Like put the first episode of like how Astor Boynton and his dad were, how close they were and stuff. Then the death, then the building of Astro Boy, like having those three arcs. Then second episode, he the professor freaking teaches Astro Boy all this stuff, and then comes to the realization that Astro Boy can't grow like an actual person, and then sell him off, and then have all this stuff happen. Maybe exclude the freaking sodomization, though. Definitely emphasis on the sodomy. My God. Uh, as far as first episodes are concerned, I mean, it's passable. It's Japan. It's a passable Japan gimmick from the '60s. I gotta chop this up anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I did reacting to it. I reacted to the full freaking thing. Uh, if you guys want to see the full version, I might post the full version on Unlisted, maybe, or on another site. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably end up deciding by the time I'm done chopping this up. If you guys enjoyed it, thumbs up. That's gonna help out a lot. If you want to see more, hit that sub button. Let's get to 50 subs. I feel like I deserve it after sitting through this. I feel like I deserve it. Anyways, peace.